Well, here we are getting ready to do our first round of painting. This will be my first attempt at an idea of putting actually a vinyl top on this kit of Camaro Z28, even though, you know, of course on the cover art it just shows no vinyl, top at all. So yeah, so I'm going to try and attempt this. What I've done to prepare for this is had some thoughts, and this is what I came up with. First of all, I actually sanded the entire body down with 600 grit wet sanding paper, minus the water. And once that was done, I also went back and went with the 1500 grit wet sanding to get it nice and smooth. And then I just cleaned her up with my air gun. Next, what I did was actually took some testers tape with the right kind of size gauge on it to simulate the scale of the body of the car, since it's a 125, to represent the seam lines going down either side of the top, to represent the seams for the vinyl top. Once that was done, I went ahead and masked everything off. So I'm getting ready to now mix up some I'm going to try some satin paint, Craftsmart, and shoot it through an airbrush, and we'll be back shortly. Here with my first layer of satin black from Craftsmart, using my Pache airbrush. Like I say, it's just a light coat. You can see it's already starting to dry up already, since it is an acrylic water-based paint. Give it a few more minutes, and we'll go ahead and spray another layer on there. So it's looking pretty good so far. What I did as far as the mixing of the satin acrylic is I did kind of a 50-50, using of course the acrylic paint, and mixed it with the windshield washer to give it that nice skim milk consistency. So it seems to be laying down pretty good. So we'll be laying a second coat here pretty soon. All right, we're going to go ahead and give her a second coat here. Like I said, we're going to kind of build this up in layers a little bit. So here we go. Like I said, this is the first time again for trying to simulate a vinyl top. So let's have at it. Alright, sorry about that, kind of dried up a little bit. I just opened it up a little bit more and spray it out. So let's go ahead and try it again. I always want to go left or right. I never want to stop in the middle. Give it a nice slow even coat all the way around. There you have it. Alright, so I'll kind of let that dry and see what it looks like. If I'm not satisfied with it, we'll maybe do one more coat. So see you soon. Alright, as you can see, this is the second layer of coating of the satin on our vinyl top. I think I'm going to go over it one more time and see what that does. And let's go ahead and get started. Alright. Go real slow this time. Good coverage. on this third layer, sorry I wasn't talking in between, I was concentrating here, but on this third layer we open it up a little bit more, give it a wider spray field to cover more area, and kind of put a nice wet coat down. And I'm going to let that sit for a little bit and see what it looks like once it's dry. So see you soon. Bye. Okay, well, it's still a little wet and was tacking up a little bit. I actually took one of my paper towels. It's got a kind of an interesting design on it to kind of simulate the vinyl effect. And what I kind of basically did was kind of roll it up a little bit. And while it was still wet, I kind of just dabbed it to kind of give it a little bit of a pattern to it on the vinyl top as it's drying. So hopefully you'll get some little textures. I don't know if it'll be shown here on the camera, but I can definitely see it here while it's drying, that it kind of gives a little bit of some dimension to it. I didn't want to put too much dabbing on it because I didn't want to take the paint off that was already there. So we'll see what it looks like. All right, the third coat of the satin is officially on. Dried up real nice, and the paper towel method seemed to work pretty good. I'm in the process right now of actually putting some of the Pledge 4 cure polish to seal the paint in, and basically what I'm doing, I'm just brushing it on. I'm not using an airbrush or anything, so I'm just kind of finishing up here around the edges for you. So I don't want this to go too long as far as the video is concerned. But yeah, I think for my first attempt at this vinyl top method, it's working out pretty good. So I know it's kind of shiny with this the Pledge on there, but I mean, I could see it. Gives a little more three dimension on the texture of the vinyl top. And you know, I did use my Pache airbrush, and I actually used the number 5 needle to give it the most spray, you know, coming out, because the Pache does give you 3 different choices, the 1, 3, and 5. So I just used the number 5 to give it a nice broad spray coat, and this is the result. So there you go. And that's my attempt at my first vinyl. So till then, thanks for watching and subbing, and we'll catch y'all later. Have a good day. Bye.